Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a furniture flipping thrift furniture makeover, and these chairs are going to be going to my daughter's house. Let's get right into the video. As you can see here, this is the beginning process of the chair. Remove all of this trim because I'm going to be painting out the wood finish that is on it in a black. As you can see, these were from Wisteria. They are not put together with staples. So in the note, just in case you didn't know, all chairs are not put together with staples. As you can see here with these chairs, they are put together with these very small nails, upholstery nails. Hope you can see that, but that's what they're put together in. Easy to remove. Here is the different fabrics that I'm going to use, which is a classy houndstooth print. I'm going to be using multiple fabrics on this project, which is something she very much desired and has for several years now. Since she has been married and moved out of the house, she wanted different colored chairs, and literally she wanted really every chair to be a different color, and she wanted them to be very whimsical as well, with floral fabrics and different ones, as you see here, the different patterns. So we're going to do some mixing of patterns here today in the and so here is one of the chairs that I'm going to be showing you the makeover of. This is the back of the chair. Go in and do the measuring. So I measure from top to bottom and from course from side to side, and I'm going to be using the fabrics that I just showed you in the previous clip, and this is one of them, is the timeless classic houndstooth print. Very fashionable and fashion forward. Even in a nursery, this would be absolutely gorgeous. And we go over here, and I'm going to measure it from side to side of my inset here. And at the widest point, I like to cut it at 16 inches. Down, I'm going to cut it at its top peak point is 19 inches. So 16 by 19 is what I'm going to cut all of the top pieces for with each color of the fabrics. Are my inspiration fabrics, or the fabrics that I'm going to be using, that I have pulled the colors from, which was this one, the original one, and then I'll just take out my measuring tape, and I'm going to mark 19 down, which I'm going to take an extra 1.5 inches and add it to it for overhang, because you measure twice, cut once. So it's 19 inches high, 16, which I'm going to do 18 across. Cut to my desired length. Go ahead and get my next fabric, which was the one we originally desired. Now what happened here was this was going to be a color scheme that I thought for my office space, and I still may use it. So if you see this in the upcoming video in my office, don't be bothered by it. But my daughter kind of took it. I can go in here and pick out an area that I want to cut from. And just know that when you do choose specific areas or confines in your fabrics that is a floral print such as this, then you're going to lose a lot more of your fabric. Considering the price point that this fabric is in, we are not willing to do that for this, because it has so much pattern all over it. We could pick it up in several places. I want to make some pillows as well, but for this part, I know I definitely want to grab some of the gray, so I am going to move around the fabric just a little bit to pull out some of those colors. I'll take my main fabric here and place it on top, and then go ahead and give it a cut. Now if I fold it, as you can see, I still have enough room to make another cut, and a back for another chair as well if I wanted to do that. But remember, this is going to be 2, 2, and 2. 2 houndstooth, 2 floral, and 2 of the sundown. I could pin this, which would be the best way to do this. Pin this down to make sure that it doesn't move. That is 2 of the chairs thus far, and then we'll get with the sundae. Here is the options that I was giving her to choose from, which again was solid, houndstooth, and then the floral on each one of the chairs, or we could have did a mixture here. Myself, I thought it was getting a little busy, so we're going to stick with the first choice. Chair, and I'm going in with the gold fabric. I decided to do 2 gold. The front panel is gold, the seat is gold, the back on this one is gold, but all of the backs I'm going to have 3 chairs with 3 houndstooth print, and 3 chairs with the houndstooth print, and 3 chairs with the sundown. Seat again is going to be gold and gold, houndstooth, houndstooth, floral, and floral. So now I'm getting ready to go ahead and upholster the seat. It's already padded up. I'm going to cut along here, and I've shown you in the other videos, the fabric gets pulled to the back, and that's why you don't cut from the inside, because you won't have enough to do the overhang and tuck your fabric in for a good solid line here on the side. Portion here in the front folds in and down, and then you'll be able to have that where it just drops right there and gives you a good clean look. And then you'll cut the excess here and continue to staple all around the side. Started with the back of the chairs, and this is a quick tip that I'm going to give you regarding when you are upholstering the inner part, the portion that you see from the back. This is when you're sitting in the chair and it's sitting against the table or whatnot. This is the back that we're going to call it your public. Your public will see. The inside portion of the back. And what it is, when you put your fabric on, normally you have a very raw edge, and then you have a very raw edge, which is this. It won't look quite as nice and crisp as this once you cut it from around here, because of the way that the fabric will turn in different ways, so it will ravel. Excuse the process, lost footage. What you will do is just fold the excess in and staple it down, and that will give you that very clean edge. So we're going to flip the chair down and go ahead and get ready to upholster the actual back of the chair that your back will lean against. We will add some batting, and I'm going to add a couple of layers here to give them a nice thick plush feel, so there will be a lot of comfort while sitting. So we'll go in from here. Again, we have the fabric, the batting, the different layers, and then we have our top piece, and then start stapling. Now once I have gotten all of the welting made, which is the double welting for the bottom portion of the chair, and then around the back portion, the top here, I'm just single cording, and then you have a double cording, and I'll just go in with the glue gun. The single cording that I'm going to apply to the chair, I normally start along the bottom portion so that it goes all the way around, and then it meets again right here at the bottom. Here you will see the final look of all the different chairs, and remember there is going to be 2 of each different type of chair that you see going along the video. Again, she wanted colorful, she wanted very whimsical with a slight feminine touch. And yes, she is married, and he does love the chairs. He really, really does love the chairs, especially the houndstooth print, which again is a very fashion forward print, timeless and classic.
So as always, stay inspired, motivated, and moving, creating something beautiful. If not for yourself, then definitely for someone else. And I will be showing you in an upcoming video the entire makeover of her living room and dining room. Bye for now.